In the profoundly comforting, conceptually dazzling, and breathlessly life-affirming speculative fiction masterpiece, The Midnight Train, #1 New York Times best-selling phenomenon Matt Haig delivers an extraordinary, highly anticipated companion expansion to his global blockbuster, The Midnight Library. The novel masterfully utilizes a metaphysical transit and unresolved grief framework. The narrative centers on a deeply stuck, emotionally exhausted protagonist who feels entirely derailed by life, marooned in a desolate station of crushing regrets and paralyzing anxiety. When their emotional baseline hits absolute zero, they do not pass into oblivion. Instead, they awaken at the stroke of midnight on a majestic, infinite steam train cutting through a starlit cosmic void. Managed by a wise, deeply empathetic conductor, this celestial locomotive travels along an endless web of tracks where every single station represents a different version of the passenger's life based on paths they chose not to take. Haig's signature prose is exceptionally accessible, warm, and dripping with an underlying gentle humor that tackles the absolute heaviest depths of existential dread and mental wellness with profound grace. The narrative employs a highly dynamic, episodic transit structure, tracking the protagonist as they step off the train at various stops to instantly inhabit alternative realities. They get to experience the lives where they never walked away from their first love, where they pursued an artistic passion instead of a safe corporate desk, or where they migrated across the globe to start anew. The text expertly weaponizes the what-if and existential trial formulas, building an incredible narrative momentum as the protagonist discovers that every apparently perfect timeline comes with its own hidden costs, tragic trade-offs, and unique heartbreaks. Far from a superficial sci-fi adventure, the book serves as a beautiful, deeply therapeutic study on the paralyzing nature of choice paralysis, the anatomy of self-blame, and the liberating realization that peace isn't found in a flawless alternative destiny, but in embracing the beautiful, messy journey of the present. The audiobook format is an absolute triumph in intimate vocal performance, leveraging a magnificent, deeply evocative narration style that captures the transition from hollow despair to vibrant, hard-won hope with flawless precision. The delivery masterfully anchors the narrative's changing frequencies, perfectly translating the rhythmic, soothing clatter of the cosmic train tracks, the warm, grounding wisdom of the conductor's guidance, and the dizzying confusion of stepping into wildly diverse lives. The superb auditory pacing turns quiet observer cars, high-stakes parallel world encounters, and soul-shattering emotional reckonings into an exceptionally addictive, deeply immersive audio experience that flows magnificently through headphones. It is a mandatory listen for fiction aficionados who crave the imaginative, thought-provoking concepts of V.E. Schwab combined with the empathetic human depth of Frederick Bachmann. By the time the final act forces a breathtaking, literal race against a stalling train to choose a destination before the tracks dissolve forever, you will realize that The Midnight Train is a definitive masterpiece, a bright, starlit map of human resilience and ultimate self-acceptance.